Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon? Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon. Bro looks like Nick Cannon. To me, he looks like the guy that looks like Nick Cannon. Thought you was Nick Cannon. Is that Nick Cannon? You look like Nick Cannon. Why'd I think this was Nick Cannon? You one of Nick's kids? Bro, come on now. Absolutely not. Prepare to have your mind blown. I am not Nick Cannon.
Who are you?
I'm Scat Pack Sean. I am not Nick Cannon, bro. I'm me. But in all seriousness, guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, Scat Pack Sean, and today we're gonna be leaning into the jokes, we're gonna be leaning into the memes, leaning into the comments a bit, and reacting to a Nick Cannon movie. Now, these Nick Cannon jokes follow me just about everywhere I go on the internet, but recently, they've been creeping into my real life. Roll the clip. I just got down on the first floor to do my laundry, you feel me? Bro, on the elevator, I kid you not, y'all not gonna believe me, bro. He gets on, we're quiet, I'm on my phone. He looks at me, he's like, you look like Nick Cannon. No, I don't. No, I don't. Today, we're gonna be embracing these Nick Cannon jokes by reacting to a Nick Cannon classic. We're gonna be watching Love Don't Cost a Thing from 2003. Now, yes, that makes the movie older than me. What happens when a nerd like Nick Cannon bags the most beautiful, popular girl in school? Will he gain aura? Will this clout go to his head? Find out next time on... I'm kidding you guys, we're gonna find out together. Now, before we get started on this movie, if you guys have any other movies you'd like for me to review, drop a comment, gang. Drop a comment, bro. Let me know what you want to see me talk about. Am I a vlog channel? Am I a movie review channel? Bro, I do a little bit of it all. I ain't gonna lie. Now, that being said, let's do this! Okay, so boom. Our main character's name is Alvin Johnson, but for the sake of simplicity, I'm gonna just call bro Nick. I mean, it's Nick Cannon. It's the Nick Cannon video. So Nick is a high schooler and he cleans pools to make his bank. So Nick decides to clean a pool in the middle of a kind of pool party, even though the pool is dirty. While he's, you know, getting the parameters of the pool, he's looking around, he's surveying the party. It's a pretty lit party now. He gets distracted when he sees Paris Morgan. Now, Paris Morgan is the most gorgeous girl in town. And if you ask me, I'm keeping it real. Oh, she fine. she fine. So he sees Paris Morgan. He gets distracted from his pool duties and he starts daydreaming, bro. She's that fine, she gets the man daydreaming, bro. He starts walking towards her on top of water, which, if you ask me, blasphemy. He starts walking towards her and then he snaps out of it and falls into the pool in front of the entire party. Minus 2 million aura. Now, little does my boy Nick know, Paris has a man. Now we cut to after the party, and Paris's man is going to the NBA, so he's getting interviewed on TV. He's really like that. We might as well call Paris's boyfriend James Harden because he publicly demands a trade on live television, claiming that he's a free agent and he's single.
You probably got a girl back there, don't you? You know, otherwise, you know how it is still. I'm a free agent. All right.
Free agent? Free agent?
Yikes. Yikers. So Paris sees this and said, okay, you want to play single? Then I'm gonna go out and do me. That's what Paris said. So we cut to the next day in school and Paris is hanging with her homegirls, and then we cut to see Nick and his homeboys, and I'm not trying to be mean, but they look like the Guardians of the Galaxy, okay? This ragtag group of friends does not belong anywhere near the cool kids in this school. But they want to be a part of the group. They don't want to be left out, so they decide, you know what? Let's go talk to Paris. Let's go talk to the pretty girls. Let's see what we can do. And they make absolute fools of themselves in front of everyone. Minus 2 billion aura. Now, outside of school, Nick and his crew, they're actually pretty smart. They build cars, they do mechanic work, and they build engines, bro. They're all together working on this car, and then they're like, man, we don't have a lot of fun in school. We're pretty lame. So they decide, you know what? Screw that noise. We're gonna go hang with the cool kids tonight. We're gonna go party. We're gonna go have a good time. Let's see where this goes. So cut to the party that night. Nick and his homeboys all pull up to have a good time. Of course, they notice Paris and her homegirls pull up because one, it's Paris Morgan. She's the finest girl in school. And two, she pulling up in a big body. I mean, she's pulling up in style. Just as she's pulling up though, her boyfriend calls, or ex-boyfriend, I don't know what's going on, because he went on live TV and said he's a free agent, right, Paris? So they're talking, she gets so worked up because while he's talking to her, he's talking to another woman. So while they're talking, she gets so worked up, she can't even pay attention to the road. She crashes her car. In front of everybody, fam. Now this is super embarrassing, but it gets worse. It wasn't even her car, it was her mom's car. So Paris is cooked. She goes to the auto shop the next day, 3 bands to fix her car. She's a high schooler. She doesn't work, she's unemployed, she's a bum. She doesn't have 3. But Nick happened to be there. Remember I said he'd be fixing cars? He happens to be at the auto body shop. He says, I mean, I can pay to have your car fixed. And I can actually repair it myself too. She's like, really? You do that? But for what? Like, what do I have to give you? She knows it's a little fishy. He says, look, I'll fix your car if you pretend to be my girlfriend in public for 2 weeks. He actually said a month, but she refused. So he brought it down to 2 weeks. They agreed on 2 weeks. And so he feels like he's on top of the world. He goes home, he's dancing, So my man got a girl now. So they walk around a little bit for school. You know, they're hanging, I guess. She gives him his hoodie, which he somehow gets lit on fire. It's insane.
You saying that Paris Morgan had this actual sweatshirt on her actual body? Yeah. Wait, let me smell it one more time. Yeah, that's a nice scent. Wait, it's on fire!
Sean Joe.
Cut to lunch. Nick doesn't sit with his homeboys. You know, he's hanging with his girl. He's gonna sit with her friends. Kinda switched up on the bros, but that's building in the background of the movie. Trust me. He's very socially awkward at this point, and he has no confidence. He has no aura. Now, after school, he goes home. He's real happy. His parents can tell he's with a girl. He says he's with a girl. We get a really, really weird scene of him with his dad, and his dad gives him condoms, and it's Steve Harvey, and he has them big old veneer teeth and buck teeth. It's a super weird scene, I'm not gonna lie. Every scene with Steve Harvey in this movie is weird as hell. Steve Harvey plays Nick Cannon's dad, and it's very strange. So that night, Nick and Paris go out to the basketball game together. Now, Paris is actually a cheerleader, but Nick sits with his homeboys. They sit in the popular section. It's a very fairy tale high school, okay? So nerd kids are not allowed to sit on the home section with all the popular kids. I don't know, it sounds ridiculous. It was ridiculous while watching, but let's continue. So Nick is sitting with his homeboys in the popular section, and one of the basketball players catches wind of this, and he's not too happy about it. So he charges up there mid-game and says, man, get Charlene, man. And Nick is he's not having it, but then he gets pizza shoved in his face and humiliated in front of the entire school, bro. Nick doesn't take this very well, and he storms out of the entire gymnasium in front of everybody, only for his fake girlfriend Paris to follow him. It's almost like she kind of care about my boy. So they go out and have a little conversation, and she's like, you know what? Let's raise your aura. They go shopping. She gets him some new fits. She does his hair even. She gives him some little twisties, new fits, new hairdo. He's practically a new man. And that's how he starts walking as well. He starts feeling like a new man. He goes home and his parents and his family are just like, yo, what's wrong with this fool? Who is this man? They're a little bit concerned, but his father, less so. His father's like, yay, my son is cool now. His father's weird. Steve Harvey played a weird character in this movie, I can't lie. So he talks with his son. You know, he gives him some money. He's like, hey, you balling now. Then he tries to give him some more condoms. Like, it's just so strange. So cut tonight, and Paris and Nick pop out together at a party. Everyone saw Nick get humiliated and embarrassed, and everyone knows he's a weirdo and a lame, but this night, he had that different type of aura with him, you know, thanks to Paris, of course. But he's actually impressing the ladies, impressing the bros. They're like, dang, this dude kind of cool. You know, he fixing cars and stuff. He's making a name for himself. Now we cut to the next day, and we see Nick get kind of confronted by his bros. I mean, you switched up. That's what they said. And Nick, honestly, he was being a hoe. I gotta keep it real. He was being a hoe to his bros. And he ended up hanging with the newer kids. You know, he's cool now. In his mind, he's cool now. So we cut to the next day, and Nick is going to hang out with Paris again, but unfortunately, this is the end of their 2-week arrangement. I mean, this is their final day. And so Nick takes her out to a poetry slam, and they have a beautiful night on the town, and they hang out, and they get to this one spot. She goes in for the kiss, but this goofy Nick is so absorbed by this clout he has. He's so lost in the sauce. He's so lost in the sauce, he can't even pick up a hint, bro. She She actually wants to mess with him.
You know, we gotta protect our reps. You hear what I just said? Our reps. Al Johnson has a rep to protect.
Come on now, dawg. Come on, man.
As we're gonna see, he lets the clout get to his head way too quickly. And so, with their 2-week contract ending, you know, Nick has an idea. I'm gonna publicly break up with this girl. I'm gonna embarrass the finest girl in school.
I need to talk to you.
Don't you see grown men are talking here? Huh? Anyway.
We need to talk.
What's up with all this wee stuff? This ain't French class. Ain't no wee.
And that only makes his clout skyrocket, bro. He gets worse and worse. He even stole that free agent line, bro.
Free agent now.
That was cool.
This dude is something else. I'm not gonna lie, when I was watching this, I was like, this the dude y'all say I look like? You know, I was very upset. I was like, I don't wanna be associated with this. But it gets worse, guys. So with all this clout and all this, you know what I'm saying, aura that he has now, popularity, he's feeling himself like to the umph degree, way too much. He thinks he's a player now. And so he goes to mess with one of Paris's homegirls. And she goes for it. She's actually really all over him. It's kind of a sad thing to see, and it breaks my heart in a way. But then they pop out together. They pop out together the next night in front of everybody, you know. Everyone's like, dang, wasn't he just with Paris? And so Paris is like, okay, I'm gonna get my vengeance. And she started messing with one of his homeboys. It's just absolute chaos at this point. I mean, now this night when he was messing with Paris's homegirl, which is already bad, he stood up his bros entirely. He said, yeah, I'll be there to get you at 8. He didn't even show up. And so they pull up to his crib and they're like, look, bro, you've been acting different. You got this new aura to you and we don't want to rock with you anymore. And so they excommunicate him from the friend group and they leave him. And it's like, it makes you think like, dang, bro, was it worth it? You lose your real friends? And at this point, you trying to get all these other girls, bro, it's going to catch up to you. And it does. So we cut to the next day and it's senior skip day. You feel me? So I remember my senior skip day. I vlogged it. I never released the vlog though. So I'm gonna play some unreleased, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna play some unreleased footage. I think I should still have it on my phone.
Epic water fight, bro. Oh! Got me already.
But dang, bro. I remember my senior skip day. Nah, but anyways, so Nick is super popular at this point, and he goes out to this huge beach party that they're throwing for their senior skip day, and bro, the ladies are all over this guy. They just can't get enough. And the dudes are like, dang, man, he got it, man. He's popping out. So while at this party, Paris tries to come up to Nick and kind of mend their relationship, their friendship though. She wants to be friends, and he's just like, he's not hearing any of it, bro.
You're a great listener.
He leaves her, he goes to hang with another girl, and they start dancing. He's doing some weird karate moves. They all like, what is he doing? But then they start feeling it. They hitting a this girl that Nick was messing with, she takes him behind like these rocks or something, and they start getting a little intimate, I'm not gonna lie. And while they're doing that, Paris's NBA ex pulls up to their senior skip day. Now, I did think this was kind of weird because I'm like, bro, ain't you in the NBA? Ain't you like an adult? Like, go somewhere. Why are you at this senior skip day? That's kind of strange. But he's there. And Paris like, bro, Nick want to be funny, so I'm going to get back with this guy. I miss this guy, right? Or so she thinks. The NBA player catches wind that, nah, that's Nick's girl. And she was like, no, I still want you, please. But he turns his back on her and he leaves. And she goes back to Nick and says, look, bro, you gotta tell him about the deal we just made. And he's like, what deal? What you talking about? And then everybody starts pulling up because they hear a little hubbub. So everyone's listening. And she's like, you know what? I'm gonna expose this fraud. And she tells the whole school, this kid paid to be my boyfriend.
He just wanted to be popular. So he spent $1,500 on me to hang out with him for 2 weeks. That's the truth.
minus 10 billion aura. Just like that. Lost all the aura he just gained over this last month. Honestly, it was deserved, bro. So after losing all his aura, he has just about nothing left. So he's like, you know what? Let me lock back in. So he gets back to work. He works on this engine. He finishes this engine, this incredible engine that's going to get him a full ride scholarship. He secures his future. He tries to go hang with his friends, but yeah, nah, buddy, you burn that bridge, bro. You let the clout get to your head, you burn that bridge, bro. So we cut to the next basketball game, and I don't know who his friends are feeling like, but they think they can sit in the cool seats. You know, they feeling themselves today, I guess. I don't know. So the cool basketball player, cool, of course, he's a bully and he's a loser. But the cool basketball player, he catches wind of this. He's like, nah, they getting blown out right now because they suck. But he goes up to him. He's like, man, y'all making us lose. Get out of my good luck seats, you loser, lame suckers. And they're just like, okay, sure. And so they start getting up, but then Nick is in the back of the crowd. He's like, you know what? Nah, you not finna mess with my old homeboys like that. And so everybody looking at him like, this guy, isn't this the guy that just got exposed for being a fraud? But then he gets kind of vulnerable with everybody. You know what I'm saying? He stands up for his real friends. He says, yeah, y'all know I was a fraud. He admits to being a fraud, and
All this time I was just fronting to be cool. Cause I had the balls enough to be myself. So instead I started dissing my real friends.
he stands up to the bully, and then he stopped picking on him. He stopped picking on his friends, and he went back to go lose that game like a loser. After that beautiful speech that my boy Nick gave, he decided to leave the game. I mean, he was fed up. But Paris sees him leaving. She's like, I hate to see you leave. And I hate to see you walk away. So she goes after him. And so they go out, but it gets crazy. The NBA player just happened to be at their high school basketball game. He's like, look, baby, you don't want him. You don't want that loser. Come mess with a real general. He's on this side, Nick's on that side. She like, I have other dreams.
I have other dreams.
The dreams?
I'm your meal ticket. Fool boy, right? You bugging.
Gives him the cold shoulder and goes to be with Nick. So she goes to Nick, they're talking, and then they finally embrace each other. They smooch. And then that's the end of the movie. It just ends super abruptly, like they smooch and then boom. So that was Love Don't Cost a Thing. I really enjoyed it, bro. I really enjoyed it. After looking into other people's reviews, I see this movie was not received the best. 13% from critics on Rotten Tomatoes, 65 audience score, so that's not that bad. I really enjoyed this movie though. It's about individuality, being yourself, you know? You don't gotta be popular. Who wants to be popular? If that's what's on the top of your mind, bro, you gotta change your priorities, gang. Some people just wanna be popular and they waste their life chasing clout, bruh. Screw the clout, just be you. Do what you love to do. So, I don't know, bro. It had a good meaning to me. It had a good meaning despite the weird scenes interlaced. I'm sorry, them Steve Harvey scenes were just weird, bruh. I was not a fan. I was not a fan of it. But overall, this was a very enjoyable movie for me. And if I was to rate it, I'd give it a 60 out of 80. Yeah, we got unorthodox ratings around here, so get with it or get left. Did you enjoy my review of Love Don't Cost a Thing? Will you go check it out? Leave me a comment down below. Okay. Leave me a comment down below if I look like Nick Cannon, bro. Do I think I look like Nick Cannon? No, I don't look like Nick Cannon. I got my own stuff going on, bro. I don't look like Nick Cannon. I look like myself. You feel me? I look like my parents. But if you think I look like Nick Cannon, leave a comment down below stating so. If you want to see me review any other movies, leave a comment down below stating what movie you want me to watch. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. You feel me? We're growing, bro. We're growing. And I hope you guys have a great day. Yeah.